Supplemental math videos from Circle Christian School.
Welcome to the Heart of Coordinate Plane Study Guide Part 2. Graph it, evaluate it, solve it. Welcome to the function junction. It is the third math. First came geometry, then came algebra. Now it's all about the coordinate plane. Know how to solve a linear system of equations. You can either use evaluation or you can use substitution. I like using elimination. And what I'm going to do is multiply the bottom one here to get rid of my y's. And so rewriting the equation, and making sure that we distribute the 3 to everybody. On the other side here, I try not to mess with my original equations. I try to make new ones. Get a 3x minus a 3y equals to 12. And now we add the two equations together. All right, we get a 5x. We say goodbye. Equals a 5, so x equals 1. Then we plug it back into either one of the original equations. So 1 minus the y equals 4. Gonna take away the 1, take away the 1. You got this. This is just super ooper duper solving for x. And we have a negative y equals 3, so y equals 3. Negative 3, sorry. And our solution set is when x equals 1 and y equals negative 3. A solution set just means that you can put it back inside and it'll satisfy the equation. Also know how to solve a mixture problem. Mixture problems always have two parts to them. It has a item amount, like pounds or something like that, and then it has some sort of rate amount, a percent amount, and money qualifies as some sort of percent. So let's say we have 10 pounds of mixed candies for $5.86 per pound. And a mixture, in any type of mixture, basically you're just adding things together to equal a total amount. So we know we have 10 pounds of candy here and that they're selling for $5.86. And we have so many M&Ms at oops, that's not the M&Ms, sorry. M&Ms at $6.55. So many of them. And we have, let me get rid of that, Skittles at $4.25. And so many of them. So what we have is pounds of Skittles plus pounds of M&Ms equal 10 pounds. And we have the percent of, we have the 425 Skittles of pounds plus the 655 of pounds equals the 10 pounds at $5.86. Now, using substitution, you can use elimination, you can make your decimals all be whole numbers. You can now go and solve. I'm going to use substitution and just have the fact that up here, x is going to equal 10 minus the y. And therefore, I can just plug it back into the other equation. So we have 425, 10 minus the y, plus, I need a bigger paper, the 655y equals 10 pounds at 586, which is going to be 58.6. Okay. So if you want, you can kind of stop for a second and see if you can solve it out. And if you got that the Skittles were 3 pounds and the M&Ms were 7 pounds, you did pretty good. Okay. Piecewise functions are graphing whatever the equation is and only showing the part that qualifies for the restriction here. So for instance, on our first one here, we have 1/2 x minus 5. So I'm going to start right down here, graph the equation. It goes up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, and you can just kind of lightly show it like so. And then we go to the restriction. The restriction says, hey, all the x is less than 0. Well, here's x at 0, so it's going to be not including that x, because that point right there is x at 0, y at -5, and then, -1, -2, -3. Okay, so it means it's just this part right here qualifies. Likewise for the next one, identify where the function is at. Starts at 2, it's going down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And you can just kind of dot it out. There it is, just a part of. And the rule says we want x's that are bigger than 1. Okay, and again, it's not going to include x at 1. Here's x at 1. And let's see, that's right there. And it's going to be all the ones going that way. A part of a function. Graphing an inequality means, again, you're just going to graph the equation and the possibles that make a true statement. That's what an inequality is. It's about the possibilities. So my first one is going to start here at 2. We're going down 3 over 4. Because the inequality does not have a line underneath it, it's going to be a dotted line, because we can't include the points that are on the line. Okay, since it is a less than, okay, we want all the y's that are less than +2. So all the y's that are less. And next I'm going to graph 2x minus the 3. And start at -3. My slope is up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. All right, it does have a line underneath it, so I know it's a solid line. Nice to use straight edge. I can't do it with the tablet I have, but. And this says all the y is bigger than -3. Y is bigger than -3. And if it's a system, it means we need the ones that qualify for both. So where the shading overlaps means that those points make for true statements. And again, you can plug it back in, see if it makes a true statement. I see 0 zeros in there. I can try 0 in both of my statements here. Put a 0 inside here, it makes true. Put a 0 inside here, it makes true. There we go. To find a best fitting equation of a line, y equals mx plus b, you still need two things. You need a point and you need a slope. And it comes from the best 2 points within the data. Scattered means that it's just not making a total constant rate of change here. And you take a ruler, kind of start at one point and find another point that encapsulates most of the data. I think I kind of want to use this one here and maybe this one here. You know, you can take a ruler. Again, I don't have a ruler, so I'll try to make it straight. There we go. And we're just going to plug things in. So I have 2 points. I have one right here at -3, 4. And we have one down here at 3. Oh, not a bad pick. Okay, 3, -4. And so first we have to find our slope. Make a template. All right, I have 4. I'm going to go from left to right here. So difference of the y's or the difference of the x. Have a 4 and a -4. And I have a -3 and a +3. Okay. So we get what? 8 over 6? 8 over -6. It's going down, so it has to be a negative slope. Which, of course, divide by 2, we get what? 4 over... So a -4 over 3. Use either one of those slopes. I think I'll use my right one here. So here's my x. There's my y. I'm going to put the x with the x. 3. The y with the y. Watch your integers. That's why I like making a template. So I get y plus 4. Make sure you distribute this little guy out. And I get a -4 over 3. X. Negative is positive. 4/3 times 3. This is going to cancel out. That's going to cancel out. So we get a 4. And we get y equals, because I'm going to go -4 now, and -4 now. Y equals -4 over 3x. And that's the best equation for the line. Here's the answer key to the pretest. If you have any questions, make sure you email me. I can always show you how I got the answer.